Hey guys, I'm Renella Hernandez with Web3 TV, and today I'm at the Crypto Expo conference in Dubai. Joining me here, we have one of the speakers and attendees, Naeem. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to talk to you. I wanted to learn more about you and what you do. I know that you work at Zay Capital Markets and that you're interested in the financial markets and how that intersects with the crypto markets. So what do you think right now is the most salient and important topic that you want everyone to know about?
Thank you for having me. So a bit of a background, 15 years in the investment industry as a hedge fund trader for Boney, Bank of New York Mellon, equity trading with Bank of America, written for Forbes for over 5 years. CIO at Zay Capital Markets. We provide research to NASDAQ and CNN and all the other major tier one. Now, going back to your salient question, what is quite important? I think there are two important things happening in the space when it comes to the entire industry, and everyone is very much laser focused about it. It is about the event that is happening next year. You know which one?
The halving of Bitcoin.
Okay. And the second one, which is imminent any day.
Approval of BTC ETFs. Okay, so I'm seeing a Bitcoin theme here. Are you a Bitcoin maxi?
Okay, so I'll give you an example. Okay, that's a great question, and I'll answer that just in a bit. So talking about the two factors for us, from my own personal perspective and as a CIO of the firm, I think the more important thing is institutions over here, because halving is only going to provide a further tailwind for that event. If ETF gets approved, because let's focus on what BlackRock is, an institution which was the primary broker and advisor to the White House back in 2007, during the PIGS crisis, 2013, COVID crisis, and investor in the Bitcoin mining companies, which gave me a lot of confidence.
After they said originally that they weren't going to touch crypto, now they are.
They did, right? But they invested in. When they invested in, it was pretty clear signal that a company which advises the White House is going after this particular market. And speaking about a maximalist, look, here is something. There are alternative assets, right? And when we talk about alternative assets, there's only Bitcoin which exists in that basket, right?
Or major institutions.
For investors, whether they are retail investors or whether, mainly institutional investors. So for me, the fact that Bitcoin is only still on the central stage, and then that is the focus, that represents to me as an alternative asset to hedge against other investments that I have in my portfolio, whether it's a real estate, whether it is gold, stocks, everything else. The alternative, and why we wanted to use alternative, because of geopolitics.
What's the intersection there? Why is geopolitics come into the question?
Okay, so which currency would you like to get paid right now? What's your preferred, not cryptocurrency, I'm talking about fiat.
Well, dollars. I'm American, all my bank accounts are in dollars, so dollars.
What I'm gonna say next you may not like it, right? So dollar is a stable because it's backed by the US government. Under geopolitics, what could happen? Tensions can escalate, leading to a war.
It could collapse at any moment.
Because it's not backed by anything. What's happening in BRICS? BRICS are talking about a currency.
Brazil, Russia, China.
And Saudi Arabia and other African countries which they have joined now. They are talking about soft commodities and metal-based currency. Now fast forward yourself into a situation which we don't want it to have. No one wants to have a war, a third world war, because mobilization of nuclear weapons are taking place. We can't be ignorant enough not to pay attention to it, to safeguard our future for our children or whatever, or for our next generation. So what are you going to do under that? You would prefer a currency which is backed by soft commodity. For example, you eat rice, you eat wheat, corn, everything. A currency which is backed by those particular commodities and also base metal. Now, when we start talking about this one, it's becoming too long to answer.
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah. But within that, I think this is why I don't really like other cryptocurrencies, because I think, or if a currency is backed by a commodity or a base metal, it's great because it will do great in those particular times as well. fiat currency which is only backed by that particular time frame or by just a government authority isn't really great. And guess what? China is dumping it at a fastest rate, the US treasuries. In addition, China is buying gold at the fastest pace as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your insight today, Naeem. I learned a lot. Have a great day and enjoy the conference.
Pleasure. Thank you.